Cancer. To save some time, I already shuffled the cards and laid them out. I'm using a Celtic 10 card spread that allows me to look at past, present, and future influences for the month. First and foremost, I can see how tired you are. And you've also wound yourself up into a real nightmare state in that heart and head of yours. And I think it's just because of the trials and tribulations that you've gone through over the last year and a half, 2 years. And today, or just this month, really is a time of reflection and to kind of really put yourself first and foremost, your healing, not only just your physicality, but your mental and your spirit again, and kind of reconnect with it. Even if you have to isolate yourself a little bit to get some of that downtime and that kind of connection with God and what you want to do. And most importantly, what do you want to wish for? Because there's a big reward for everything that you've gone through, but I need to get you kind of into a calm state and not into a definitely chaotic mindset either. I need to put all that aside. And even also too, the pocketbook is going to come into play because I can see how tight it's been over the long term for a while now. But that's even breaking, but it's breaking your spirit as well. And I need to kind of stop that so the rewards can come, because we literally have the gift of money card as well. And I have the wish card. So let's get into why I'm saying all this. Okay. It's a really good month. But the way it's going to be a good month is to give yourself some downtime, some healing time, some reflection time, some God connection time, and kind to like give yourself a little bit of self-love and to build up that self-esteem and self-confidence to decide what you really want to do next. Because I think that's still a little murky area for you. And maybe some of you have been even wrangling with being your own boss, and maybe even that, the thought of that is really kind of overwhelming as well. Let's get into why, okay? The first card placement is the significant, the general gist of the overall reading rather. And it is the Ten of Wands. It's a completion state in the minor arcana for the journey of the creative. So one creative idea, whether it's family, home, relationship, work, community, your body, whatever the case may be, your mindset, your emotional growth, your spiritual growth, all would fall into the 10. And we need to move on in a new cycle. We need to do new things. And the thing about the 10 is if we linger too long here and kind of wallow in that moment, even feeling sorry for ourselves or not wanting to give up the past so we can move into the future, we get crushed by the wand. So we don't want that to happen. And I'm afraid that we're already starting to lean in that way. So I need to kind of put the brakes on that kind of thinking, because in the seventh card position, I'm going to jump around a little bit here, Cancer, is the Nine of Swords, and that's a nightmare card. The seventh position is the way we're feeling about ourselves. So between the exhaustion of the Ten of Wands, I've got the nightmare card in like proving anxiety, heightening my fear, my insecurities, and rightly so, especially after the journey of the swords. It's for our identity, who we want to be, how we want to live our life, how we want to work, who we want to love, how we want to treat ourselves, how we want to treat other people, our integrity, ethics, character, all get piled into this. And it's not an easy journey to the 9. It's the end of the minor arcana. We're ending up to the 10. And we just really, you're just tired. Both these cards are really heavy duty cards. But the thing about it too is the 10 of Wands can be physically and spiritually and mentally, but the 9 of Swords is all mental. So half of that big pie of yours is about the mental state. So you need to start to change the conversation in your head so it affects your words, your actions, your approach, your attitude. That's going to help your physicality and your spirit as well heal. Again, if you need to take some downtime, do so. And what's crossing that energy is what I was saying about the boss and, business stuff is what's crossing the energy of the first card placement, the Ten of Wands, like what's not allowing it to move on, and is the Emperor card. So it's a major arcana. In the exalted state, it's good business, it's contract, legalities, mentorship, leadership, being fair and just, honoring the truth. But in a crossing card, especially here, maybe we feel like we're getting bullied, or we're bullying other people, or trying to get people to see our way, or, not another way. We could be a little bit aggressive and snappy. And with some of these cards, we can maybe kind of feeling it in our spirit to kind of get other people to move in a new direction. And maybe that's also why you're so tired as well. Wherever that Emperor's crossing, you need to turn it on its side. So wherever you want to bring new hope into those areas of the Emperor, know that it's possible, because a Cancer can make anything happen. But I just think also too, you need a rest. And I'm going to validate that as well in the third card placement. Like what God wants to tell us how to navigate the month. And we have another major arcana card here, the Hermit. And that literally means like taking some time to be a hermit. Isolation, emotional growth, spiritual growth comes in calmness and peace, getting in tune with nature. All that kind of stuff falls under the hermit. But also to me, he's a spiritual warrior. He's got some experience and wisdom and knowledge that he wants to share. He cuts away the BS. He's got a special connection with God that gives him a unique perspective. And that's you. So wherever you need to have a resonation with that, whether it's going into isolation or recognizing your own spiritual warrior to help you heal and to help you kind of just do what's right for you for the next steps, regardless of even bosses. Okay, so you just got to do that. And the fourth card placement is validating rather that new refresh. Okay, and the fourth card placement is our gut, what we're feeling like in that gut of the matter, right? And the Eight of Wands is a refresh, rejuvenation, restart in the area of the creative. And if a Cancer gets bored or uptight or in the nightmare card or exhausted from the creative journey of one aspect of what you've already done and accomplished, that's when the eight will appear. It's like we need that refresh. And as a little crab, you're going to want to go swimming with those dolphins. Get some water, get down at the beach, get in the shower, even wherever way you can do to refresh yourself, to get yourself connected to you first and foremost, because that's where the rest will start to flow, right? But I still think it's about resting right now and getting into the energy of the hermit, because there's some good stuff coming your way. Okay, and the fifth card placement is the past. Okay, we're glad to see this, but it's also another reflection how tired you are. The Nine of Wands, after right before the 10. The 9 is where we're being thrown in rough seas for a long time for the creative, right? And again, for a Cancer, that could touch anything from family all the way to work, even your own body, like all those things, the upheaval of that journey. And it's coming to an end and you know it. And that's the fifth card placement. So we know that. But all these cards collectively together are, while really tough, they're shifting into a new way of life, and God is giving you the time to meditate and breathe, most importantly, to enjoy yourself in July, because you really kind of deserve that most of all, like some little sunshine and some happiness and good times, especially with the people that you love, will bring you a lot of healing energy and help you have clarity for the future to see what you want to do. And that's why I'm getting into that sixth card position, is the placement of today, what's going on now. And the Nine of Cups is the wish card of in tarot. It's the only card that means that. And you don't get to the wish card or the hermit without hard, tough stuff, right? But more importantly, trying to do it in the best way possible for your heart and your spirit in the eyes of God. What's fair and just, right? So maybe some people weren't that way, or you had to feel like you maybe even weren't a little bit that yourself. But whatever it is, cut yourself some slack, because God and the universe look at you as a good egg. And that's all that really kind of matters right now. So clean up wherever that is. But, or if it even applies. But the Nine of Cups is about July. I want you to focus on that wish energy. What do you want, Cancer? What do you really want? Because God wants to make that happen for you. But I don't think you have a clear picture of yourself right now. And I think that's why you need July to kind of start to figure it out. And we already got into the self. We don't need to revisit the nightmare card. Let's kick that stuff to the side. And what's interesting here is the 8 is how other people view us in that placement. And the King of Pentacles is, you rule the gold coin, okay, with some other astrology signs in the zodiac. But the King of Pentacles is not of any use other than to show us that we're being cheesy of spirit, of heart, and the pocketbook. And I'm not denying that there's pinch of the pocketbook that comes along with this card, even as other people look at you. But I don't want you to feel like everything has to be about money. Everything has to be not your spirit or your heart. And that, remember, that's how other people see you, because if you're buying into that energy, I guarantee it's going to affect your mouth and your actions. So let's just keep a careful eye on that and just review that this month and really kick this guy to the curb, all right? Because he has no use other than to remind us we need to check ourselves and get back into spirit, okay? And that's your domain. You're not really of the material, so the answers and insight and also the joy and the happiness and the direction is going to come in that stillness when you connect with spirit, right? Okay? And in our hopes and fears, which is so nice to see in the ninth card placement, is the Six of Pentacles. It's the only card, and again, like the wish card in the tarot, that means the gift of money. So it's in the hopes and fears, so you're obviously hoping for it, but it will happen. So just be patient. Don't get wound up. Don't get cheesy McGeezy, because the universe can't get abundance to you if you're tight. right? Or if you're shut down, if your arms crossed, your legs crossed, your eyes crossed, you don't want to be open, you don't want to be giving to out there, even to yourself. And that's not going to bring any kind of abundance or creativity. So let's make sure that's not around so we can get the abundance of the Six of Pentacles, because it literally means the gift card and it never fails. It could be anything from a new job, a promotion, stock dividends I've seen, inheritance, everything, sweat equity. It's all appeared in different forms, but it means that the universe feels like you are worthy of something. So you need to believe this as well, okay? So you can get that abundance, change that narrative in the head from the negative and lack and poverty to, again, where you want to go. And maybe this is another clue as to why that maybe lack of a little faith, right? Okay. And the 10th card placement is the outcome card, the Seven of Wands, the contemplation meditation of new moves in the area of the creative. But it's about competition. So anywhere from a Cancer, from putting yourself out there in a social setting, or looking for romance or work, or just getting your body, anything, whatever it is, don't look at competition as a downfall or a hindrance for your progress. Competition is the pressure that turns coal into diamonds, right? It's competition that puts us up against the wall saying, wow, how can I adjust? How can I improve? How can I do this to make it better for myself and the others, whether it's a product or yourself? Again, that's the lesson of the seven. And it's also there to nudge you on to move on in that new direction, because there's something stale there. That's the crossroads card of the seven, right? If you were really happy where you were, again, anywhere from home, relationship, work, community, your body, you're not going to be happy. And you need to look at that too as well this month to see what will make you happy, right? And that's what God is asking you to do via the Hermit and the Nine of Cups. What will really make you happy, Cancer? And it doesn't have to be about the material or the gold coin. I guarantee it. All right. So look deeper yourself and recognize the gratitude and gratefulness that you really do have in your life, right? Because there must be some really good stuff, and you must have been a really good egg because you don't get these kind of karma cards. The Nine of Cups and the Six of Pentacles are a karma in their own way. And here, validation that you want those new starts, again, like the Eight of Wands, is the Page of Pentacles. And maybe you want to be your own boss in a different way, right? Is the page is new youthful energy in the area of the Pentacles. I'm planting seeds for my tomorrow harvest, right? See the rich landscape. That's the potential that you have. He's got that gold coin. He's already earned some stuff. The universe already acknowledges that you have a talent and skill set to make anything happen in the material world. That's kind of your domain. And you really shouldn't worry about money either, even though it's always a little bit tight for the last year or so. But it always happens. Money always appears. So you know that at the end of the day, that's one of the benefits of being one of the rulers of the gold coin. And that's a validation in the page. So believe, believe, believe. Keep your faith. Don't lose it. Take that isolation time. Take that time for you, wherever that healing and that kind of wish needs to manifest. It's here. You've been waiting for it for a long time to get that wish in God's eyes, even though it's been listening, the universe has been listening for so long. Now it's just asking you really to define it. Okay, so let's use July to do that and to bring some joy and happiness. Don't worry about anything. Don't worry about competing anywhere, shape, or form. Let God handle everything. So it's all good, Cancer, because you're all good. Okay, have a good month. Oh, and if you're so inclined to like or subscribe, if you like this content, thank you very much. That would be great. Have a good one. Everyone's been so fab.